Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today in this video we are going to do today's forecast once again. And I only do today's forecast. I don't do the next day. I don't do the next day. Only today's forecast. So we do have one ginormous slight risk, and then we have marginal risk for the south, southeast, mid-Atlantic, and the northeast, and down all into Texas. So the slight risk is for 1.6 million people for Sioux Falls, Fargo, Rapid City, and Grand Forks and Moorhead. And the marginal risk is for 42 million people for Jacksonville, Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., New Orleans, Orlando, Baton Rouge, Myrtle Beach, Raleigh, Fayetteville, Charleston, Florence, Columbia, Salt Lake City, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Richmond. Let's go on over to hail. So we actually have two spots for 2% hail down there near Myrtle Beach and Wilmington. And then we have this big 2% hail. That is for Fargo, Rapid City, Casper, Grand Forks, and Summerville, South Carolina. Now let's go to the wind. We have a 15% chance and then 5% chance for all the other marginal risks. It's literally the exact same as the one before. And then we do have a significant 15% hail risk that is possible. And then we have a 15% and then the 5% and then two more 5%. Significant is for 229,000 people, which is for Aberdeen, Jamestown, Pierre, Devil's Lake, and Valley City. We have a 15% chance, which is for 1.1 million people, which is for Fargo, Rapid City, Grand Forks, Moorhead, and Aberdeen. And then we have a 5% for 25 million people for Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., Raleigh, and Tampa, and Orlando. So let's go on over to the radar, and we are going to show why do you never walk whenever I so annoying. Can you please walk now? Cape Canaveral. Please. Thank you. So, our first section, we are going to look in the southeast. So, the futurecast for the southeast. And this is 5 hours from 10 a.m. EST. Now let's EDT, as you can see in the south. Now let's go to the mid-central. Mid-central to west, literally the entire bottom half of all the states. And then let's go to the top states. Sorry, Caribou, you won't really be able to see your thing. Okay, so we do see some storms popping up around the 1 to 2 hour for South Dakota and North Dakota, so that will be our worst time. And we actually do have a flash flood watch for down there in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Houston. The population for the flash flood watch is from 3 million people, so around 10 million people are in this flash flood watch. Let's go on over to the SPC Outlook. So let's do the 6 to 10 day outlook, mainly around the exact same. and the southeast or around the southeast is going to have around neutral temperatures, but we do have a definitely below average temperatures, and then we see that it is moving on north, and then whenever we get to the 1 month, it is all warm around the entire country. Let's go on over to the temperature outlook. I'm just going to click around so you can find your area. Also, if you want a 5-hour precipitation forecast and also a forecast for your area, please let me know in the comments, and I will be doing a little video on that. It won't be for long. It'll only be for like around 2 minutes. So this is the 1 day max. Here is the 1 day minimum. You can find your near your city. This is the day 2 max. And this is the day 2 minimum. This is the day 3 max. And this is the day 3 minimum. This is the day 4 max. And this is the day 4 minimum. This is the day 5 max. And this is the day 5 minimum. This is the day 6 max. And this is the day 6 minimum. This is the 7 day max. And this is the first July 1st, 2020. So 1 week until July 1st. So let's change topics to the Atlantic now. So we don't really see much that is brewing in the Atlantic at all due to this Saharan dust layer that we have. And then we see it's going to move on up, go into Texas and all those states, and then move into the Mid-Atlantic. But mainly Atlanta will get a lot of the dust that is forecasted. Let's now go on over to the Eastern Pacific. So the Eastern Pacific, we do have Tropical Depression 3E, which we will be talking about, and then we do have a 70% chance, and all these are going down, and this one we have a 0% chance for forming. So we have two possibilities for it to be tropical storm status, and those are well, the next advisory is at 5 a.m. HST, which is in 1 hour. So let's go on over to the forecast advisory. Don't really know the Z's and all that, but so they're saying the next one is going to be tropical storm status. We do have wind speed probabilities. We do actually have around a 30 to 60% chance for it to form, which is pretty good. And for 50 knot winds, we only have a 5 to 10% chance for it to possibly form. Let's go to arrival of wind speeds. If you are going into this general area, the main area that you will want is to go around Saturday at 8 a.m. because it is very unlikely for it to form. Now let's see the IR satellite imagery. So we do see blow-ups of convection, which will help it form. Let's see the visible high-res. Let's see if we can see the visible high-res. No. Thank you. So as we see here, we do see most models are kind of going up and then kind of going on down and then dying with the jet stream, with the fatal jet stream. And then same for the GEFS, the GEPS, same. And then they don't know where they're going afterwards. And then here's the model intensity. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models say it will be tropical storm status. Here is the track on the GFS model. So they say the strongest would be 1002, and that is in 18 hours. And that is in 18 hours. So the CMC model is showing the strongest it would be is from 30 hours to 36 hours, and then just keeps on rising. This is the HMON model for the storm. They say it's going to go out to almost like a hurricane type status. Here's the wind speed. So we could see the highest wind speed from the HWRFP is 41.7 knots, and that's in around 27 hours. This is the HWRF, and they say the strongest wind speed would be here at 46.7 knots. This is the GFS wind speed, and the GFS wind speed says it's the highest possible is around 40.1. This is the CMC wind speed. They say it is only gonna go up to 37.7. This is the GFS relative humidity. Humidity is pretty good. And then this is the wind shear. Look in the bottom left hand screen. And then you see the wind shear is pretty good and pretty bad at the exact same time. It's staying around the exact same. And Hawaii, you are in the higher wind shear, which is good for no storms to hit you. Guys, that has to be the finish of this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.